Crap with Beth and Matt. Cut to Crap is the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast. Hello once again, friends and fellow no bullshitters. Today we are talking about consistency. In particular, why it's so important and how you can achieve it. Leadership expert John Maxwell says, small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. That's pretty powerful, right? Ultimately, consistency is the key to success. Now let's jump into it. All right, here we are. Another episode, another dollar, another day, another whatever you want to call it.
Another fucking pod.
Another pod. Another pod, and we are approaching our 1-year podiversary. Can you believe it?
It's fucking nuts. Nuts, you guys.
Nuck and futz.
Nuck and futz. I don't know about you, Matt, but I've been really prepping for this Katahdin thing. I'm super pumped.
Oh my God. You guys, I
got us a fucking van.
You did land a van. Okay.
I did land a van because we need to all go up together. There's like, I don't want to, I mean, you guys are traveling. We got 3 people from out of state. I don't want us to be like, I think we should all be hanging out together. And right. I mean, it's just going to be fun. Like a fucking, whatever, one of those.
Road trip.
I mean, yeah, it's a fucking road trip.
Yeah.
3 hours to the mountains.
And with a bunch of fitness coaches and fitness enthusiasts.
Yeah, we got shit to talk about. We got shit to record. No time is wasted. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh my God, we are gonna be exhausted by the end of this week.
And then I made dinner reservations for a hotel near the a restaurant near the mountain for the night before because we want to be properly fueled.
Yes. Yeah. Carb load.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I checked it out really quickly. It looks like a really good restaurant. So.
Yeah, we went there 2 years ago when my friend Mandy, who's hiking with us, and Hunter hiked for the first time across Knife's Edge. So
yeah, amazing. So we have 4 fitness coaches on this, or is there? Yeah, 4. Myself.
4 fitness coaches.
Ryan, Kassim, and Hunter.
Yep.
Amazing. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. I mean, we've been talking about it so long, and to think for the past year we've been talking about this ever since you brought it up. Because I think when we started this podcast, you had either just done it or you were getting ready to do it, and that's what kind of brought the whole thing. Like, yeah, let's do it next year.
Yeah, I think I just did it because I hike this time each year on my anniversary of being sober. So it would have been like right.
So we probably recorded our first episode prior to you going. Yep. And then probably talked about it on the next episode after that. So yeah, we should go back and listen to that.
I know, right?
I'm sure like how far we've come in the last year of our podcast. You know,
yes.
And anybody that's listening throughout this journey, you know, thank you. But also like I would hope you agree our podcast has gotten better. So.
Oh yeah, I think for sure. And so this brings us to our topic.
Yeah. Which is consistency, the big C word.
With everything
that we do in life.
Okay, not just fitness and your goals, or goals with other things that aren't fitness related, like let's say a podcast.
Yeah, podcast, a new business venture, a relationship. Going to school, fucking anything. Consistency is the sauce of life.
Yeah. And when we say consistency, I think a lot of people confuse that with being perfect. Perfection and consistency are 2 different things.
They are definitely 2 different things.
And a lot of people get confused by that.
Yeah, they're not in the same book because perfection, of course, doesn't exist.
Right.
And that's actually, if you think that consistency is perfection, that's what's keeping you from being consistent right there. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that's going to be keeping you from being consistent.
Because you give up, because you feel like because you were not perfect, that you failed. When in fact, if you just kept fucking going from where you left off, that is called consistency.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And we could use our podcast as an example for us. We could use anything. We could use our coaching businesses. Like our TikTok business, like everything we did on TikTok in the very early days, how consistent we were with that.
Let's talk about that because that's how this kind of grew and morphed, right? So when we first started posting on TikTok, do you think immediately things like were perfect and that we had like 575,000 followers in a month? No.
No.
Do you think we wanted to make videos every single day?
We did multiple, 5 to 10.
Multiple times a day?
Yeah.
Do you think that we gave up when we got really bad comments, which could throw people off really quickly in that
And very
area?
early on, at least with me, that did impact me
You did
greatly at
too.
first.
I
I
actually
learned how to deal
struggled
with them.
with massive anxiety because of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we kept going.
Because we had an ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm.
We knew what we wanted to accomplish. And that's another reason why people struggle with consistency, is because they don't know why they're doing what they're doing.
Right.
I want to lose weight. That is not a goal. That's not a good goal. Let me
Yeah.
rephrase that. Saying you want to lose weight, that has no substance, no oomph behind it.
Yeah.
Why do you want to lose weight? And then why again, and get to the root cause of why you actually want to lose weight. Why do you want to get stronger? Why do you want to do anything? If you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you're really going to struggle with consistency.
Yeah. See, I don't know about you, Matt, but I went into posting on TikTok because it was a challenge that I was challenged to, that for a mentorship I was in, but also because I wanted to help people and build a coaching business from the bottom up. And also it was COVID. So we had nothing else to really do besides fucking throw ourselves into content creation and building a business.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm kind of the same way too, with how I got started on TikTok. I got started on Instagram like most people in 2019, and Instagram growth is very hard. It's very slow, very hard. Of course, in 2019, I had about 500 followers or so in the middle of the year when I first started taking it seriously. And now I'm up to 19,000 or so. But that's very slow, very hard. But what started for me on TikTok was something new. We were in the middle. The pandemic had just started. We lost our livelihoods. Essentially, were taken away from us, and going to the gym and everything. And a lot of people's coaching businesses offline and personal training taken away from them. Thankfully, I was already working on getting online at that point. I was also in a mastermind group for other coaches too, and nobody else had. We had, a lot of people in the group were dismissing it, and I was like, why are we dismissing this? This is an opportunity here. And so my coach from the mastermind kind of challenged me to it, said, make one video every day for 30 days and see what happens.
Jesus, we have like the same story. It's crazy.
Yeah, right. Truly. This is why we're fucking doing what we're doing.
What the fuck?
We're doing this together.
And look, so continue.
So I started doing that, and I wasn't very consistent with it at first. I made a video here, a video there every couple of days. But then finally, one of them took off. It went viral for me at the time. Was like 1,000 views.
Right.
So that kind of got me going. I was like, yes. I was like, oh, I can do this. So that from then on, I made a promise to myself. I messaged my coach. I said, okay, I'm ready to do this. Buckled down, and the rest is essentially history. Did I grow fast? No, but I wasn't trying to grow. I was just trying to help people, like you said, build a community, build a support system for myself and for others. I didn't even start promoting myself and my services as a coach on TikTok probably 6 months into it or so. I don't think
I didn't for a while either.
I was like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing with this app. I need to figure that out first.
Yeah. I was more worried about just learning and growing and meeting new people, and I wasn't in a rush to do anything.
Yep, for sure.
And then that's how we met. And then, we were still like, think about like consistency in your goals. Things morph and change, right? Like I never knew I knew I wanted to do a podcast, but I didn't know I was going to be have an awesome podcast co-host and build what we've built. But the fact that we were consistent and we knew we wanted to help people and we just kept doing what we were doing. We met each other on TikTok, and now we have this fucking podcast. We have the Patreon. I mean, look at just imagine if you had you have this goal, right? It morphs. The journey is where it's not the fucking destination. It's the fucking journey, because this journey of starting to post on TikTok, building a business has morphed into more than I can ever imagine.
Absolutely. Well said. And we knew, and having somebody to hold you accountable and to support you along the way, it can't be understated. You know, you and I had each other for that with just, you know, we would always be chatting with each other, sharing each other's screenshots and stupid comments we'd be getting and stuff like that. So we were supporting each other and building up that relationship there. So having a support system is really important in your consistency journey as well. Not having supporting people in your life, not having supportive habits, and things like that. I remember like we were always chatting. We're like, we should do something together. We should do something. We didn't know what.
Started with Karen and Ken.
Karen and Ken, that awful video that we did together, but that was still fun. But looking back at it, it's like, oh man, like we've learned so much since then.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though, too. When you're starting out, you're gonna be bad at whatever
that's the thing.
You're starting out with. It's a skill.
You go to the gym, you don't know what you're doing. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I first stepped into a gym. No one does. Literally, I think what we forget is that when you look at someone that now knows what they're doing, and they didn't start out that way.
No, nobody knows what they're doing when they first start out. That's why we go to school to further our education. That's why we hire a coach, a mentor. That's why we read books. Everything. It's the quest for knowledge, and we don't know what we don't know type thing.
Like your lack of, or your wanting to be perfect is what's holding you back.
Yeah, I agree. That all or nothing mindset, essentially, that we talk about so much, the dichotomous thinking, going back to what I said earlier, like the lack of clarity and focus. If you don't have clarity into what you want to accomplish with anything, not just your health and fitness, you're not going to be able to reach it because you don't know what that is that you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
But also there's this thing that we have this need for instant gratification, especially in today's age, this technological age where everything's just instantly available to us and we get that instant dopamine hit and that instant, happiness. And need for instant gratification is what can keep people from being consistent as well. Because guess what? With consistency, you're doing a lot of mundane, boring shit repeatedly over time, every day. But that's how you get the results. It's not sexy.
It isn't.
It's not sexy. The results you get at the end are sexy if you keep if you stick with it, but the process of it isn't necessarily sexy. Doing the small things.
Stop looking for those shortcuts. Imagine because this happens, right? Like if I was like a person that was like to buy followers or, like do stupid shit like that. Like where does that get you? Like if you're like consistently looking for the quick way, the fat burners, the what the fuck ever, what is that doing for you in the long run? Absolutely nothing. Like if I was to like buy followers and stuff, that means where's that going to get me? How is that helping anybody?
Yeah,
because that's what I want to do in the first place is help people. So if I'm buying followers, how the fuck is that helping anyone?
Right. I've never engaged in that or follow or some of those tactics. Like, no, I want people to follow me that want to fucking be here.
Right.
And if you don't want to be here, then fine. Okay. Somebody else will. I was looking up. I just briefly, before this episode started, looked up consistency and why it's important. And I came across a really good quote, actually, from John Maxwell, who's like a leadership expert, leadership coach and things like that. Says, small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time.
Yeah.
That perfectly captures consistency right there and the power of consistency.
Small steps, big results.
Small steps, which is what we preach on this podcast every single day. The 10-minute walks, the adding in more protein, taking things slow, and just breaking things down to their base that is so simple and so small. And you're like, that's it. That's all you want me doing? Yes, we want you doing that. And guess what?
Shouldn't I do more? Yeah, like I need more. No, you don't need more.
You can get more when you've proven you can handle a fucking.
That's the thing.
Walk every day.
If you can't go for a 10-minute walk every day, you don't need more yet. You need to fucking master that 10-minute walk first.
Yes. Stop putting the carriage before
the horse. Right. Totally.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Consistency, guys. It's the critical driver.
It's so important. Consistency. We can't.
It
Not gonna say it
means,
enough.
yeah, you've got to dedicate yourself. Okay.
Think about like. Sorry, yeah, I get so excited about consistency.
I do too. I do too.
Just because I feel like I'm a fucking master at it at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
I never used to be at all. It was the worst.
What has made you a master of consistency, Beth?
Well, I started with quitting drinking. I was only because that was the one thing that was holding me back from a lot of things. So I think if you have something holding you back, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. You got to nip that in the bud first.
Mm-hmm.
And then, dedicated. Yeah. At first it was being consistent with that. And then, I just had more drive to want to achieve more. And so I knew, like, you just keep going, That's always been my mindset anyway. This time I didn't have something holding me back like that. Like I wasn't hungover or, had more anxiety. Everything was kind of like letting it be easier for me to be consistent.
Absolutely. Yeah. Being consistent means dedicating yourself to your goals and staying focused on those things and activities to achieve your goals. It's a long-term commitment to yourself, for you, from you. Nobody else can be doing this for you and making that commitment for you. And it involves a sustained effort in doing these actions repeatedly until you achieve your desired goals. And then you do it all over again for your new goals, essentially. So discipline.
Yeah.
Something we talk about all the time, right? Accountability and responsibility. Those are three crucial elements of consistency. Those are all skills that we need to work on developing. Consistency definitely spells the difference between failure and success. That's why we're so big on consistency with the consistency calendar, being 80% consistent. If you're not, don't fucking bother changing anything. Just work, get to the root cause of why you can't be 80% consistent. And actually, so we're recording this episode on Thursday, which is our normal day. So that's a client check-in day for me. And I want to talk about one of my clients actually, on this note. We've been working together maybe 6 months or so. She of course initially came to me for help with weight loss, as many people do. But she quickly bought into the idea that weight loss wasn't the best thing for her right now, because she's been fad dieting for 40 years of her, she's 60 years old and she's been doing this shit for 40 years and spinning her wheels. So she knew that trying to lose weight at this moment was not the right thing for her. So we broke everything down. We made her program so simple, so small. We didn't even put exercise into it at first. We just started working on her showing up to her check-ins with me, essentially, and just chatting about life and breaking things down. From there, we started doing daily walks because she had a trip coming up that she wanted to get stronger for, and lots of walking. So we started working there. But essentially every week that we would meet on our one-on-one calls, most weeks she was really down on herself the first month or two, but she kept showing up for herself on those calls. And every week she didn't realize it until we started talking, but there was lots of wins that she was achieving that were going into what the ultimate long-term success. And now today we had the best call that we've ever had. And she showed up to today's call, like all smiles, complete brain, like her mindset was just in a really good space. I didn't need to try to show her all the wins. She started talking to me about everything, how everything's coming together. And I was like, I'm not going to mention her name, but I was like, this is everything that we've been working on. I said, weight loss is going to be a lot easier now that we've worked on the mindset side of things and your consistency and these all or nothing and self-sabotaging behaviors, and it was just such a proud moment that, that's our job as a coach, right? Is to help people connect the dots. We're not going to connect the dots for you, but we're going to help you connect the dots. We're not going to tell you what to do, but we're going to try to guide you in the right direction. And that's such an amazing feeling. I don't know. I think that was kind of a side tangent, but essentially she's been so consistent in showing up for herself, never letting her frustrations and everything sway her off the path.
Yeah. Love that.
It was amazing. So
go you, client. I don't know who you are, but fucking go you.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you're doing.
And she does listen to the podcast, so I'm sure.
Awesome.
So awesome. There's actually something you mentioned in there. I haven't talked about this yet, but because it's not that big of a deal to me, but I'm going to throw it out there. I made the decision to stop drinking, at least for now. I'm not putting a time limit to it. Right. I told you about it when I made the decision. I'm not sure when I'll drink again or if I'll drink again. But it doesn't serve me any longer. I'm tired of even just having a couple of drinks, which I usually do socially. But I did, have some drinks over the weekend in Nashville. And the anxiety was just way too much. I was like, this is such an awful feeling. Like, it further just compounded any anxiety and other issues that I had, for days afterwards. And I was like, this is bullshit. Why am I doing this to myself? So I'm like, I talked with Sierra, my girlfriend, and I'm like, babe, like, I don't feel like drinking anymore, So I'm like, she's like, yeah, me either. So, and so we're like, cool. I'm like, I'm not going to say I'm never going to drink again. If I do, like, I'll know if it's meant to be, then, so just throwing that out there, guys. That's my decision and something I feel like is the right thing for me. So I'm doing it and I'm excited for it. And I know I don't need it to have fun. I don't need to have a good time. In fact, honestly, it fucking doesn't make it, when I'm drinking alcohol, it's not really that fun anymore for me. So
yeah,
that's really ultimately what it comes down to. So
when it's not fun anymore, it's just not fun anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really fucks with your health and fitness goals too, even just a little bit. So
remember, you don't have to be an alcoholic to quit drinking, you guys.
Exactly.
Like, you can make an executive decision like Matt, who's not an alcoholic, and just think like, okay, this isn't serving me anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if you have some health and fitness goals and you're drinking every single weekend and you feel like shit and you're going to constant spiral, I mean, you're not addicted to alcohol, but maybe it's holding you back. You really need to take a look at, like, okay, like, it's a smart executive decision. It's not me. It doesn't mean that you're like, I got an issue or a problem. It doesn't have to be that.
Yeah, you can absolutely give up drinking alcohol without being an alcoholic. Okay?
Exactly.
Giving up drinking alcohol, we shouldn't have to explain ourselves ultimately for making.
I know that's the thing, right? But I
haven't told anybody else yet, though, other than you and Sierra. So, I'm sure I'll be getting questions, and you know what? I'm prepared for a lot of relationships to change now because of that. Because I feel like there's some relationships I have in my life where it's kind of just when we get together, there's drinks and stuff, I would hope that doesn't change those relationships, and we can still have those relationships without, I don't care that they drink, but just don't fucking talk shit to me if I'm not drinking, essentially, so. Yeah.
And most, it's mostly, it's weird because I think they sometimes feel more uncomfortable that you're not.
I think about some of the best moments I've had over the last couple of years, and they've all been sober.
Yeah.
So that's really what it comes down to. Sorry, I turned this one into about alcohol at the end.
That's okay. We always end up talking about that for some reason.
But you guys listening, you know us. We're just real. We share our lives.
That's the thing. This is real life. So, we're not fucking. We're not trying to hide shit from you guys.
Absolutely, I believe in transparency and authenticity.
Yeah, I mean, if Matt's going through it, someone else may be thinking the same thing, and maybe you just help their decision, Matt. So
yeah, and if you need somebody to talk to, reach out. Myself, Beth, like, I understand. I get it. I'm excited.
It's okay. Imagine like how much more you probably are going to be able to do, because you're not going to have a few days of being hungover. I just know for me that I'm not as tired as I used to be. I don't have as much anxiety as I used to have.
Yeah.
I definitely get a lot more done now than I've ever had my entire fucking adult life.
I think in this calendar year, 2022, I think I've been drunk 3 times. And each time, like 2 or 3 days for me to bounce back. And that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That doesn't serve me at all. Period. Yeah. So that's why I made that decision ultimately. So.
Well, I support you.
Thanks. That was never a question. Yeah. So, wow. 1 year. So let's talk about the episode that we have coming out next week from here, because we just recorded that yesterday, and you guys, we're going to tease the shit out of this for you guys.
Good fucking stuff, you guys.
You have to tune in. And first of all, it's our 1 year and podiversary special with the Alan Aragon. For anybody that doesn't know, Alan Aragon has a master's degree in nutrition, And he literally writes the book on nutrition. He
Right.
just released a book on nutrition called Flexible Dieting.
Yeah. He's got a website, actually a membership. You can, for $10 a month, Alan Aragon's Research Review. You can go there and literally find anything scientific review about nutrition that you want in there.
Yep. So
And each month he adds more, I believe. So
to tease some of the things we talked about with him, because I made note of this, we talked about reverse dieting. We talked about insulin resistance. We talked about how people identify with their diets, like as a religion. We talked about the best diet for fat loss.
Protein. How much protein do you need?
Absorption. Yep. I think that was a lot of it. That was most of it. And flexible dieting, of course, because that's what his deal is. So you guys, this is going to be one of our most educational and informative episodes ever.
Right.
With an industry leader. He is the industry leader when it comes to this stuff.
And you literally cannot argue with the information that you will hear in this video or this
breaks
podcast.
It down in such a way, like it makes sense.
You can't say that you're fucking lying.
Yeah. So guys, listen to that episode. August 19th, coming out. Our 1-year podiversary celebration special. And we are so excited. We are so excited for it.
So excited.
And then have we talked about who we have coming on the podcast next week?
I don't think we have. Have we?
I think we did. I think we did last week. Auntie Amanda
from TikTok.
Yeah. Which that's going to be fun. That'll be a fun episode.
I know. She is so funny. I cannot wait to talk to her. And it's going to be educational at the same time because she has battled with an eating disorder and she's on TikTok helping so many people right now, just learning to eat food and be okay with eating food. There's so many people that are afraid of food. It's a real thing.
It really is.
Afraid of eating, things that you deem bad.
Yep.
So
you know what? I was just thinking, so because she's real, she's as real as it gets.
Oh yeah, totally.
Our first year of our podcast, we're all about being real and everything like that. And we've had a lot of our close friends on here, a lot of registered dietitians and a lot of experts in the industry. I think for this next year too, like let's get some fucking real people on here, some real life experiences and real stories, and take it to a whole nother level. What do you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course, keep getting our friends and the industry experts on here and everything like that too.
Oh yeah.
But, let's get some real, some real MFers on here. So
yeah. You mean motherfuckers?
No, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
why are you?
I sometimes I just like to say MFer rather than.
It was like trying not to say the F word, mother effers. Flipper flippers.
Oh, the Karens on Facebook got to me or something.
Fucking Karens, man.
Yeah.
Facebook people, what's up with that?
Yeah, guys, they're words.
I mean,
they're fucking words.
I just don't understand why people get so heated about the F word. It's insane to me.
Guess what? And let's talk about this really quickly. Something I've been hearing a lot on Facebook. You have great tips, and I love to follow you and use your tips, but you have bad language. That's a bullshit excuse. And you were never going to take my tips and implement them into your life anyway. If something as simple as me saying fuck keeps you from using and listening to my advice, I'm sorry, but fuck that. That's a fucking excuse.
Yeah.
You were not ready to make a change if a fucking word like that is going to upset you.
Right.
Period. Stop making excuses for yourself. As Susan Niebergall says, let's get real with your shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was our first guest.
Yes, she was, huh?
She was our
Oh, fuck, that's crazy.
She was our first guest, and then our good friend Beefcake Brino was right after her, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Get real with your shit. Were you going to say something in the middle of all that?
I don't know. Probably, but it already went past my brain.
Got it. Yeah, it's all good. What else we got today? Consistency was the name of the game today. That was what we wanted to talk about. Just because with us on our podcast, we've just been super fucking consistent with it.
Right.
We made a promise to ourselves to release an episode every week. Well, first of all, when we first started, we were like, well, let's do it every 2 weeks or when we have the time, right?
Right.
The first 2 or 3 episodes, if you all look back, there were 2 or 3 weeks in between.
Sporadic.
And then we're like, what are we doing here? Let's just get serious about this. And we made a promise to ourselves to do it every week. And guess what? It's been hard sometimes to get an episode out
we
every
have
week.
fit them in through vacations, being out of town.
Sometimes we've had to record 2 or 3 at once.
2 or 3, yeah, in a day. So
Yeah.
just so we can release one every single week.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when we get together in Maine, right? Like we usually do a
Uh-huh.
couple of them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
See, I forget that because we have been really, when you're consistent with most things, you kind of forget how much you actually do in your life. You are able to do so much.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I'm like, I feel like I didn't do, my husband's like, what did you do yesterday? I'm like, oh, I hired a new coach and we did a podcast with Alan Aragon. I didn't do much. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You didn't do much.
Yeah.
You're on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
So it's
I was
kind of
talking
funny that.
Yeah, I was talking with Sierra yesterday. I was like, this is literally like one of the biggest moments of my career, chatting with Alan.
Yeah, for
honestly.
real.
That's
It's
one
surreal.
of the top moments, at least for our podcasting career. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which this has just started as a hobby for us, and now it's just become so much more.
Yeah.
And it's been hard too to keep that commitment to ourselves. There's been a lot of times where I'm editing a podcast episode at 12 o'clock at night on Thursday, and the episode's due a few hours from then and Friday morning. Just because.
Thank you,
Matt. That's the commitment that we made, and that's the commitment I made to myself, because this is fucking important to me. This podcast,
Totally.
It's like our baby.
Yeah. And we possibly will have someone being able to do that for us soon.
Right. Yeah, guys, that's
I'm telling you, I don't want to
finally-
say anything, but I really have a
found the right
feeling that
person.
we really did. I'm pretty sure we have.
I think
Yeah.
so.
She's very proactive, and like willing to do and already sending me stuff and ideas. And I'm like,
I love that.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, so
And we're going to talk about it next week, of course.
yeah,
when we get together.
we'll let the cat
It's
out
coming
of the fucking bag soon.
Soon enough, you guys will be hearing more, but
Yeah.
we are excited. That's going to help make the podcast better and
Yes.
make our lives easier and allow us to grow and improve the quality
Leveling
of our
the
podcast.
fuck up.
Yeah, level up after our first year. Let's fucking go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. I think that's
Right.
a really good ending point. Do we have anything else?
I don't think so.
We want to just
that-
be a quick one here and
yeah.
just celebrate, I guess, the first year we've had and talk about how just the consistency, guys, is what's missing in your life if you're struggling.
Consistency over rigidity.
Yeah. A poorly, like, let's talk about workout plans. Like if you have a workout plan that's really shit, and a workout plans that's like the perfect workout plan, but you do the perfect workout plan sporadically, once or twice every couple of weeks, but you do the shit workout plan every day, you're going to get better results with the shit workout plan because you were consistent.
Yeah.
So that goes to show the power of consistency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that is that, I think.
All right. That's it.
All right. Beth, amazing chat. I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
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 And that is a wrap for this episode of Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt. Did we help you cut through the bullshit? We want to know. Send us a DM on Instagram and share your thoughts. We'd love to hear them. And if you did find this one helpful, why not share this episode with a friend? I know I personally love it when a friend shares their favorite podcast with me, along with a text saying, "Oh my God, you have got to check out this podcast. You'll love it." And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss future episodes.